So when you were watching the last episode, the recap over the last 49 weeks of work, I was in Holland. I needed to go back. I needed to have a new MOT on the van. I needed to go to the doctor, to the dentist, basically a new MOT for me. And visit friends, visit family, and I bought quite a few materials. Yesterday I picked up 17 of these parpangs. I'm not sure what they're called in English or in Dutch either. And yeah, gonna start building the steps. It's basically just like Lego, huh? Just putting the parpangs on top of each other. The weight will hold it in place, and then later we encapsulate it all with cement, concrete, and natural stone to make it look good. And by doing that, we can also level it out. Yeah, I think that's sort of the shape we're looking for. Yeah, it's just a lot of filling up with natural stone and cement. But one thing I didn't do is to draw a conduit for electricity. I want to have at least the possibility of having power on the highest terrace, and the neatest way to install that is having a conduit coming from the bathroom running along the edge of the garden below the gravel. So that conduit has to come out sort of in there. So I'm only drilling through that brick wall inside the bathroom, and later I'm going to fill up this gap with probably with expanding foam to make it waterproof and all. Okay, got plenty of cable coming out from the inside. I bended a nice corner, 90-degree corner in the pipe. So this is already exterior cable, and now it sits inside a PVC pipe, so that'll be fine. Well, this end here, I'll just bag it for now, and we can do something with it later. So we have the rough shape of the stairs, steps, whatever. Let that set and concrete and cement cure, and then we can start dressing it. We can clad it with some nice natural stone, work it off with a nice render, yeah, turn it into something that looks like it's been here for centuries. So it's Monday morning. It's going to be a great week. The weather has really cooled down. It's this week around 25 degrees or so during the day, max, and sunny. And that's, for me, it's perfect working weather. I was going to build a flat roof out of concrete. Changed my plans. I've really decided to keep it light, make it out of wood with roofing tar on top, and on top of that a wooden decking. I already bought decking when I was in Holland last week. Wood is about half the price in Holland compared to France. Wood is really expensive in France. Anyway, before we can actually start taking down those beams and refurbishing them or replacing them, I need to make the opening for the big doors that are going to lead into the master bedroom. Why? Because I still have wooden decking, wooden slats there where the stones can drop on, and I can process them, bring them down. And also I want to see the inside of the wall. I want to get a better understanding for how this house is built, and where those beams are actually resting on the other side, basically the load-bearing wall of the big house. You know what? In the previous 50 episodes, I've never taken you into the big house on the first floor, and I think we've known each other long enough now, quite some time. Maybe it's the right time to bring you to my bedroom. So we're now standing on the deck, on what's going to be a flat roof terrace, I don't know, where we dry our laundry. And here's going to be, well, the large opening doors. They're actually not that large. They're about a meter wide, 3 feet. And this original entrance door is gonna be demolished. Well, it's gonna be filled up, that wall, with concrete blocks. Now, what's going to be our master bedroom is in here. And I gotta be careful because I don't trust the floor. That's going to be, well, a loft. We're going to open up the ceiling, mostly so that we can look up into the roof of the house. And as you see here, this is exactly the same situation as it was in downstairs, the living room. The big house is divided into two with this fake wall. I'm gonna smash out that wall. And this is, yeah, well, the second room. But this room, and I'm really careful walking around here, this room plus this room is going to be the master bedroom, with the ceiling opened up for most of it. We want to keep a little bit of ceiling on the ends of the house, just for storage, suitcases and traveling stuff. But yeah, this is going to be the master bedroom. And then here, what you see here, this is the first floor of the middle house. And we are not 100% confirmed yet what we're going to do with the middle house, but we do plan on removing the floor here, so that from the middle house you look straight up into the roof of the house. And then there's going to be stairs from the middle house up here to the master bedroom. Yeah, so that will be the way of entering the master bedroom from the interior of the house. And then the second way of entering the master bedroom would be through these doors that I'm gonna place in that wall leading to the roof terrace. Obviously that's not going to be our main entrance. The main way to come in is gonna be via stairs built in the middle house, and we were planning on building them in that corner there alongside that crazy wall. What you're looking at here, that wall is the 45-degree angle built in the middle house. Remember where that big pile of dirt was downstairs? Yeah, so in here you can see again the walls are clad with drywall, boards. I know this is all needs to be demolished, all needs to be taken off, and I will start doing that once I have the big opening in the wall here. So yeah, I'm going to have to start with tidying up a little bit in here and removing the drywall. Yeah, and then really assessing how that roof is leaning, is displacing its weight onto this load-bearing wall, so that I know where exactly I have to support the roof before I start removing load-bearing wall. It's quite exciting, but you know, it's a small house. You can see it's what, 4 meters or so from the street side wall to the garden side wall. It's a small house, you know. It's a narrow house, so weights are, you know, comparatively small. Alright, let's start cleaning up in here. So the way the roof in the small house is constructed, and I have constructed it, is that the rafters, the beams of the roof, they are bonded together here in the top, and then you've got the floor joists, and they are connected to the rafters. And then the floor joists are connected to plates that run over the wall, that are beams that are set horizontal on the wall. So you get a very strong triangular construction connected to each other, and all triangles basically are connected to each other. So the whole roof forms one strong construction, and that is set upon the walls. In theory, you could lift the whole roof off by itself and it would be one unit. Now I was hoping for the same here, because that would make it a lot easier for me to support the roof while I remove part of a wall underneath the roof. I've just opened up a bit of the wall just to see how the construction was, and it's not like what I wished for at all. It's completely different. I'll show you. So what you see here on the roof are the roof beams, or the floor beams, or the floor joists, and I was hoping that they would have been connected with the rafters that form the roof basically, that form these sloping sides of the roof. I've made just a little opening there, and if we go outside and have a look there, then we see that roof beam, no sorry, that floor beam, floor joist, only entering the wall partially, not very deep. It's about maybe 10 centimeters deep in the wall instead of all the way back into the wall and giving it a lot more support of the wall. And then we see the roof rafters up there. That you're looking at a roof rafter. That roof rafter is leaning onto this plate. This beam is called a plate, and this is running, well, the length of the house and set on top of the wall. That then is set on top of the wall, which is basically natural stone and lime mortar, and then somewhere in the wall are the floor joists. So by just supporting the floor joists with these metal struts that I have, I am not going to support the entire roof, because I will have to support those roof beams, those roof, what do you call them? Forgot the name. But I will have to support those because that's where the roof sits on. Now, in order to support those, I am going to have to remove the planking here, because yeah, there's no way of me to there's no way here to support them. Oh, and in order to remove those planks, I've got to go up the attic, and that's the entrance to the attic, and that's the attic. So basically, to build the bathroom, I gotta go and start working in the attic. The bathroom on the ground floor. It's all tied together, it's all connected, it's one big entity. That's something you really gotta understand, how these forces work, how a building is basically technically set up. Oh, I was not looking forward to that because the attic is really dirty, but it's got to be done anyway. See, now I can put reinforcements from the roof beam onto the ceiling beam, ceiling joist. It's just a bit of a beam in between, and then when I connect them properly, then by supporting the ceiling beams with the metal struts, I will also support the roof. That's the idea. Yeah, the plank is not sitting flush against a few of these roof rafters, so I'll have to hammer in some wooden wedges. don't want that to be a gap. I want it to really make contact, because the weight shouldn't be transferred to the screw. The screw is just there to keep this plank in place, not to transfer weights. Okay. Yeah, and I think 6 or so. Yeah, and that makes that the roof is supported by this beam, which lay on top of the ceiling beams, joists, and we will support later the joists with these metal stanchions. So basically the roof is supported then by the metal stanchions, which will be solid on the floor. This beam cannot move. I've just secured it, but there's no force in this direction. It's just force in this direction. Wood on wood, there's no gaps. Yeah, and that all for the bathroom. Okay, that was number 6, the last one. Yeah, so there's gaps between the beams and this beam, and that's because these ceiling beams, they all have different dimensions. So I gotta fill these gaps up so that we have wood to wood contact, and then under here will come the metal struts, and then to this floor, and then the floor below as well, because I want all the weight transferred to the concrete floor on the ground level. And then we can tighten up those metal stanchions, and yeah, from that moment the weight of the roof, including these beams, is all transferred to the ground via my construction. So then I can start removing part of this wall. I hope I didn't make any mistakes. I hope I thought it through well enough. Because when things go wrong, yeah, the house will collapse. I still don't know what the official name is of these things. They call them... no, just forgot the French name as well. Anyway, I have positioned 4 of them, approximately a meter apart, 3 foot, a little bit more. And this floor is just not going to give the support that it needs. So I'm going to position 4 on the first floor, right under here. I can bolt these together with the ones below. And therefore I am going to first of all position them vertical, otherwise the forces go in a wrong direction. It has to be perfectly vertical. And then I'm going to drill some holes in the floor here through the floor planks. I'll put a light on top of them so that when I go downstairs I can quickly identify the holes and see whether that's a proper position to place a stanchion down below. I don't want them to stand right on top of a floor beam, because then I would have to cut away the floor beam in order to position a stanchion below, right? So, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the floor here where the stanchion goes through, because I don't want the wood of the floor to sit between this stanchion and the one below, because the wood in the floor could compress and that could, yeah, cause movement. So yeah, I'm first making sure that they are perfectly as possible, is vertical with a little bubble gauge. Now this one is vertical. Now I'm going to drill through the holes of the stanchion